Good morning, my friends, my sisters, and my brothers. Yes, the same things that were happening the day before, yesterday, happened yesterday, and without a doubt, they will be happening today. I ask myself, and I ask you, if you were God, I want you to use your imagination, if you will. If you were God, would you permit, and if so, why and how, pain and suffering to exist amongst what we might call innocent people? Would we allow them to be homeless? Would we allow them to be not qualified, basically, to live and exist in a positive outcome in a society such as the one that we have today? If you were God, would you sanction this? Well, I know that's one heck of a question. And many of us know that this that we are referring to is kind of messed up right now, no doubt. And we perhaps would want to say that we wouldn't actually support it because we'd like to think they were better than this, I'm sure. But the truth of the matter of it is this: we can say what we want to say. The evidence is that those that support the system today, those that are the lifeblood behind it, if you were God, you would have the system just like it is right now. Why? Because this is who you are. There's no way you could support evil. There's no way you could support a crook, something that you have held over the people their entire lives. And you had to be one heck of a crook to beat the system. And yet, we find that that is no problem for what we now see happening. So my thing of it is, there should be some good men who have come to the understanding that it doesn't matter where on earth you are, it doesn't matter what gender you are, it doesn't matter what we call race based upon your shade. It doesn't matter who and where you are. In the systems of government, it seems as if pain and suffering is something that's innate, that's built in, that the human experience must endure, regardless of the time. It appears that history reflects that. And my concern, and I'm sure it should be yours if not, that since that is not what you want, those of you who are not supporting the system, that you would be willing to do something about it. Not just sit back waiting for things to just change, or waiting perhaps for a miracle, for someone perhaps out of the sky. And it maybe doesn't mean actually literally coming out of the sky, but maybe an idea. Some might have thought that that idea would arrive 50 years after the thought. But we know at least thousands of years have passed. And it hasn't. And yet, even if it does, it would have to do what you can do today. And that's stand up for what is right. And not bend for anything else. You stand up for what is right. It is its own power. So it would appear to me that there should be enough men in the world, not just in America, but all over the globe, wherever pain and suffering is, who could understand that they themselves would never want to go through the pain. they themselves would never want to go through the suffering. And for them to feel this way, to have that attitude about themselves, knowing that it is generated by a power superior to themselves because they didn't make themselves. So this must be something that's coming, a directive from a different power, the power that sustains their lives, calling them and showing them, especially when you focus, the path that leads to life. It must be some men out there somewhere in this world who look at the human race and see joy with everybody because they're living the life that they want to live. There must be some men out there who are led by the spirit of love and righteousness and God, that when they look at the human race, they see them suffering for nothing. They are experiencing peace and prosperity and freedom and joy, and they're living their dreams. And when I say living their dreams, I'm talking about to the extent that they are fulfilled and satisfied in their lives. Their needs, their wants, and their desires are being met. I'm sure that there must be some men out there who are led by the Spirit of God, the Almighty God, that is responsible for everything that exists, even the people, and set a system so that they could, by choice, live as if they're in heaven or live as if they're in hell. And the most reason that we can find ourselves in the position that we're in today is because the love of evil is overwhelming the call and response to the call of righteousness. You see, we are still waiting for the miracle to come out of the sky. Yes, we are waiting for that miracle to come out of the sky. We know that Trump, the crooks, who have brought all those other crooks and surround themselves with the crooks, are going to do anything to open that door. And if we want to throw out the towel of waiting, then we only have one or the other way to go. Join with evil and just overcome the earth, or join with the power that is responsible for your being here and change. Take away the power of evil, because now you are going to do the right thing. I mean, I'm just asking you, you would think that there would be some men who are led by the Spirit of God all over the earth that would say no more. They would say no more to groups. They would say no more to governments. They say no more to religions, whatever that might mean. They would say no more to anything and would consider it an enemy of life that would inflict pain or suffering on anyone. That doesn't mean somebody. No, it means anyone. Well, you know that there's work to be done. You got your expertise, so you use them. Use them. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.